Aloha everyone. Welcome to your nighttime. It's just after sunset. Welcome to your nighttime talk story tarot. Let's get some cards. Let's tap in. Still very muggy and I've got Woo next to me. I'm not gonna mess with the camera, but he's super cute. He's here with me. I'm waiting for a friend who is skating around the parking lot right now. They might interrupt the video, and if they do, oh well. I asked them not to, but they might. Okay, let's tap in. Let's get a card. All right. Yeah, new beginnings. And we've been in that sort of phase. We're in the Lionsgate portal right now. Lionsgate portal. New beginnings. Lionsgate portal is new beginnings. Um, it's about power and strength, and the strength to start again, the strength to forge ahead. So, new beginnings, um, a new course, setting a new course towards abundance, Yeah, opportunities are knocking and actually beating your door down right now, and you're having a hard time making a choice, but you understand that the choice needs to be made very soon here because the Lionsgate portal closes in a few days, I think, or maybe a week from now. I can't remember what the exact date is, but let's get another card here. Yeah, yep. But your success is assured because it's your destiny. Your destiny is you at this moment is, or you're already a success. So, but the wheel keeps turning, the time keeps going on, and it feels very linear. It feels, and that's why we get this sense of dread and doom, is because, we see time as linear, but time is a wheel. What goes around comes around. So it's always going around and around and around. It can never stay in the same energy. So this energy that we've been in, it might be ticking very slowly, but it's coming back around to that time where we felt like things were going well for us. It was maybe just not very long ago, maybe a couple years ago. Things were going a little better, things were shifting, and then it turned again. The wheel turned again. So, and it's like a trampoline. The more you jump, the higher you go, the higher you go, the higher you go. And that's exactly what it is. Because, like we talked about in our last reading, it's all a learning experience. And the more you learn, the more you grow, the further you go. The further you go. The further you go. Yep. So at this point, you may have had to borrow money from people, but that doesn't mean you're not financially independent. You are in the phase of your life where you are learning financial independence. You have learned financial independence, and you're ready for financial independence. You're ready. That's the big breakthrough that you're going through right now, is complete financial independence, complete disconnection from the things that you felt that you needed. It's getting pretty dark in here. Let's turn on a light. Oh no, that's too much. I don't know if I like that. How's that? That's better. And it. I think you feel more comfortable with the idea of financial independence, and you feel more comfortable with the. Um, you feel more settled into the idea of financial independence. Whereas before it was like you you had that cushion to fall and you always had that in the back of your mind even though you didn't want to have to fall on that cushion. I don't know if this makes sense for you or if I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I don't think I am. I think that, everyone kind of goes through that in their life where, even if you've had to be a survivor and really, really forge your own path, and you've had circumstances where you've had to, um, freaking guy, homeless guy bedding down for the night came right next to my window. Um, and I felt like if I was talking too much, it might startle him. So I stopped for a second. Um, yeah, so we were talking about the cushion, falling on that, having that in the back of your mind that you have a cushion. You have, um, maybe parents, maybe, some kind of a situation. It's not just financial, but that you have support, that you're supported from the outside support, rather than inner support and feeling like you're in control. Um, because the feeling of not being in control and that having others control you or having others around you who can control you and that you can give up control to others, it's a safe feeling, but it's also an unsafe feeling. Because when you feel like you're not in control of yourself, or if you are you owe somebody something, it's not a good feeling either. So yeah, it's nice that you have that support. It's great, because abundance can come in different ways. It doesn't always have to be on your own shoulders. It can be, you can reach out and ask for help, and that's valid as well. That's okay, but that's not it's the energy that you're in now is an energy of feeling okay with being completely independent and on your own, feeling okay with the idea of not being like you being your safety net. You are your safety net, um, and that is in all aspects of your life. You are your best option. You are your safety net. I don't know if that makes sense or if you're feeling this way right now, but I think that's what the Lionsgate portal is all about. I've never really heard of the Lionsgate portal until recently, but apparently it's every year. It comes around every year, and it's just Leo season. That's all it is. It's Leo season. Let's get another card here. Okay. Again, opportunities, new opportunities. So you're being asked here, to make a choice. And the choice does not have to be necessarily your highest excitement. And I know that that's kind of counterintuitive because you should always be seeking your higher excitement, but there are exceptions to this rule. The exception to the rule is like, okay, you're in dire circumstances and you need to choose something. You can't just stay in the energy of stagnation when you have good reason to not be in stagnation. You have, bills, or you have responsibilities, that you have others who depend on you. Um, and you don't want to stay in that energy of stagnation. So the new opportunities are there. Just choose one. At this point during the Lionsgate portal, it's time to choose one of your options. Write down your options and choose one and go with that for now. For now. It's not forever. Because you can choose an option and because of your tendency to stagnate, your addiction to stagnation, it's an addiction to stagnation. The concern is that, oh no, if I choose that option, the easiest option, I'm gonna stagnate in that option because that's how it was before. That's how it's always been. Is that I choose an option, then I just kind of get too comfortable with that, and I'm miserable with that. But it's like, I get stuck. You get stuck in the hamster wheel. And the concern is that if you choose that, it's going to be harder for you to go for that higher excitement once you choose that, because you're going to be too busy, you're going to be too tired, you're going to lack motivation to to reach for the stars. And that could be the reason why it's a better option to reach for the stars, to always reach for the stars. And then you see outside of yourself, through social media, which is horrible. It's Social media is great for inspiration, but it can also be horrible for your ego. It can be horrible for your self-esteem when you see others who are living their highest excitement, who are actually living the life in just the way that you have suddenly been inspired to live it. You suddenly see others living the life that you chose, that you want for yourself. And it can be very discouraging, because you're like, damn it. They moved to the place that you wanted to move to. They got the job that you want. They're doing the damn thing the way that you want to be doing it. And they're posting it to their social media. And you're like, really? That bitch? That bitch? Why not me? And it's not a good feeling, and it doesn't make you feel encouraged to really reach for it. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It does and it doesn't. It can be discouraging as well as like, wow, look, they can do it. Why can't I do it? So you just have to kind of shift your thinking around, um, especially when you see it happening for someone else, or you see someone doing it maybe better than what you imagined. It's like, oh, well, there goes that idea. You can't do that to yourself. You can't get discouraged. Sometimes it's better just to stay away from social media completely and focus on yourself and what you need to do, and just keep it simple. Keep it really, really simple. Let's pull another card here. Yeah. It could be that you need help. It could be that you need to form a partnership with someone, um, or you need to form a partnership with yourself. You need to balance, and you need harmony in your life. You need a harmonious, maybe a happy medium. Maybe that's what this reading is about. It's about finding that happy medium where it's like, I can be okay with this for now. Yeah, I can be okay with this for now. I can clearly communicate to my higher self that we're okay, and that the choices we're making are the right choices right now. And with that being said, that is your energy update. And I'm so happy that I took the time to share this with you now, because we're in it. We're in that space. We're taking that leap of faith. That leap of faith towards our highest excitement, because making a choice is a choice towards our highest excitement. It doesn't have to just place us there immediately. We are the visionary. We can do what we can to reach our highest excitement in the moment and let it go. And in order to get our needs met, our basic needs met, or in order to balance our life, we can choose something different to coincide with that. We can choose a happy medium. It's the happy medium. That is your message for the day. And your homework assignment is just to write down, make a list of your choices at this time. A short list, like three things. Just three things. And choose one of those things to really start to start. Just choose one thing, start with that, and then we're not forgetting about the other two items on our list. We're just starting with that one thing and we're allowing that thing to play out while we brainstorm and work on the other two. And those three things, we want them to be like, a foundation towards that jumping ground towards our complete highest excitement. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next reading. Aloha.